Arcade Perfect, my arse. Right, okay guys, welcome to Arcade Perfect, my arse. This video I'm taking a look at classic shooter Gorf. It was programmed by Dave Nutting Associates, I think they were called, in 1981, and it was released by Midway. Now what made this game really stand out for such an early game? One, it was super colourful. You know, the use of colour was really nice. It had multiple levels, as you can see there. It's going through. You've got Galaxian, Space Invaders, Galaxian, and there's several other ones. But another big thing that made this quite revolutionary was the speech. It's got speech, and the speech isn't the greatest, but you know what we're talking about, 1981 here. And it's also got a kind of mothership level as well to kind of finish off. I also remember the arcade. I'm sure it had a big kind of joystick rather than a little joystick. It had a big proper joystick, a bit like a kind of Kempston joystick type thing, and I'm sure it had a trigger button rather than a standalone button. That's what I can remember it to be like. I might be talking nonsense. So let's put a coin in. So kicking things off, you've got a Space Invaders level. Obviously a lot less invaders than you would get in the proper Space Invaders game. I'm assuming this game must have, well, Midway obviously released Space Invaders, and I think they also will take. Was it Midway that released Galaxian? No, it was Namco that did Galaxian, although they may have been involved. But yeah, Midway obviously got a license of sorts, damn it, to release these mini games. I remember seeing this game, playing it in arcades. It was at one of these retro fair type places, and I remember just how sort of disappointed I was at just how poor the game actually looked. You know, technically it's not the smoothest. I mean, if you look at the movement, now I know I'm playing this under MAME obviously, but I remember at the time, even the arcade one, it was quite jerky. Now one thing about this, when you fire, if you keep firing like that, then the last bullet you fired disappears, so you've got to make sure you don't keep hammering the fire button, or else you'll get nowhere. This is, I don't know what you just. This is kinda, I suppose you could say this is kinda gyracy. You can see there the wee ships in the middle, so best plan of attack for this level I find is just to try and get as close as you can. Don't too close though. There's these little bomb things come out pretty quick. And they're on the last level. Ah, bollocks. Right, game over. Anyway, that is the arcade one. It's a lovely game, so let's take a look at some home versions. Right, this is the Atari 2600, or Atari VCS if you're from the UK. Certainly, I called it Atari VCS. I only became aware of the 2600 when I started kind of watching YouTube and whatnot. So anyway, let's how do we start this? Right, there we go. Right, so there's no there doesn't appear to be a force field of any kind in this one. Same fire strategy though. If you keep pressing the fire button, then then your bullets just keep firing, but you'll obviously not actually hit anything. So you need to just be patient and let the bullet. Bloody hell! The problem with doing an arcade perfect with this type of game with multiple levels, you want to really try and see the other levels. Right, so what? What? Was that game over? I don't know what happened there. I think it might have been. I'm assuming because it's got, well, I don't know how many levels it's got. There's obviously memory is a bit of a memory is very limited in Atari 2600, so there's not a great deal of there's no title screen or anything. Bloody hell, it's difficult. This is one tough game. Right, so we've got 3 levels at least anyway. I noticed there's no Galaxian level. Now one thing I noticed in this particular version is you can't seem to move up and down, whereas you could on the arcade one. Ah, damn it. Yeah, it's very limited, as you would expect. But the fact that they even gave it a go to port a game like this is pretty credible. I just noticed these little dots in the centre don't seem to be reducing, so I assume that they don't actually accurately reflect how many baddies there are. I'm desperate to get past this level so we can see if there's a spaceship level to finish off. I would be surprised if there was, but there'll be even more. Right, okay, so there is only the 3 levels in this. You've got the Space Invaders one, you've got the one with the big lasers, and then you've got the sort of the gyrus-y type one. So, right, let's move on. That is Atari 2600 one. Let's crack on. Right, next up, excuse me, is the ColecoVision. So let's just go for, yeah, we'll go for nice and easy, skill level 1. Right, I don't remember getting a little jolly tune to start off with. At least you get nice big chunky graphics, albeit I don't think they really look particularly like the arcade one, but never mind. It's got a rather loud, nasty kind of firing sound. I think that would get in your tits after a while. Astro Battle, right, level 2. If they handed out prizes for the noisiest games, then I think this game would possibly pick up an award. And it may also pick up an award for one of the easiest. I mean... It's going to have the Galaxians level. Although I may not know until... Is the Galaxians level after this one? I can't remember. I think it might be. Graphically wise, it's really nice. Yeah, it's big, it's bold, it's brash, and it's extremely loud. Which is what you want from an arcade game. I like the sort of sprite scaling as well. But the ColecoVision was actually quite a powerful machine. Right, I seem to have stopped moving. Does that mean that I'm at the end of the level? Well, it looks like that was only about 3 I killed. There again, I did put it on. Ah, right, there's no Galaxian level. Now, you know what, I think that might have been because they could not get the license to include Galaxian in the home versions. I completely forget that I'm playing this on the easiest level. I might just give it a quick, oops, I might just give it a quick go on the hardest one just to see the difficulty. Ooh. Yeah, I would certainly suggest, if you're going to play the ColecoVision, I would certainly suggest you play it on a more difficult level. Let me just, I'm going to restart this and put it on a more difficult level. Right, what we'll do, let's see, you've got 4 skill levels. Let's go for level 3. Try level 3, see how much more difficult this one is. Because I think the easiest level was that bit too easy, I would say. That's one good thing about the ColecoVision. Every single game did have... there's the bouncy, whatever he's called, I don't know what he's called. Yeah, the ColecoVision did offer skill levels, which was good. Yeah, this is a lot quicker. Right, you've also got the 2 as well, so plus they're firing lasers. So yeah, it does. The different levels do make a big difference. Right, anyway, I'm not going to play on with this one. That is the ColecoVision. That's a really nice version. Right, okay, this is Gorf, and this is on the BBC computer. It's you can see there it's released in 1983 by Dr. Soft, so I can only assume it's an unofficial clone. Though it may not be, you never know. You never know, though. Back and then, nobody seemed to give a monkeys about trademarks or ripping off other people's games. So, let's, how do we start? Joystick. I'm just laughing at the little... the wee guys at the top. The bottom ones look like wee, kind of the main ship from Galaxian. The top guys look like M&Ms. Now this version, you see there, the little force field doesn't disappear. I notice the guys don't appear to be firing. They might do that in later levels. Come on. I assume they can invade you like they would in normal Space Invaders. And the wee guy at the top looks like Pac-Man, or one of the ghosts from Pac-Man. They look like little birds, actually. What I think's interesting, I can only assume that this is not an official conversion, given they've completely changed the graphics and haven't even attempted to change the name. As far as versions of Gorf go, this is not a bad little one. I mean, they've even got the laser attack, they pick the right names. I'm going to assume, in fact, you know what I think? Ooh, that's not what you call... that's like 1 frame a second, I think. I think we're going to be able to assume whether this is the proper version or not, because, or whether it's officially licensed, because none of the home versions so far... Where's my ship? There it's here. None of the home versions so far have included the Galaxian levels, which I believe is due to licensing issues. That is, I don't like that. So if this one has got the Galaxian level, I think we can assume, safely assume, that it's it doesn't have it. In fact, this is, what the hell is this? Is this jumped straight to, where's the level with the big lasers? Instead of this, we've got Pac-Man kind of defending the ship. That went straight through him. Well, I suppose he is a ghost after all. Yeah, it's, to excuse the phrase, it's kind of a bastardisation of Gorf. They've taken elements of the game right now. I don't know how on earth. That thing, the bullets are going straight through that thing. Oh, there you go. I don't know how that thing is still staying in the air because, I mean, there's virtually nothing left of it. Surely we don't have to... I'm assuming we've got to kill every single bit of it. Yeah, it's not technically Gorf. Not as we know it. Come on! That's ridiculous. Hey! Mother. Well done, your rank is now Space Cadet. So yeah, there's only 3 levels in there. So yeah, it started off good. It started off quite promising. And then it kind of fell away in big style. So anyway, that is Gorf. And that is on the BBC. Let's move on. Right, this is Gorf and this is on the Atari 8-bit. And it does appear to be an official license to the Gorf game. So, the evil Gorfian robot empire has attacked your assignment, and to repel the invasion and launch a counterattack, you will engage various hostile spacecraft as you journey towards a dramatic confrontation with the enemy flagship. We believe you. Right, let's go. Is it going to work with fire button? There we go. Right, now, it's the first version that has that noise as the little dude at the top is deploying all the baddies. I don't remember to hold down the fire button. Because if you take your finger off the fire button, then the bullet just stops. It even clears the screen. Or is it a screen wipe you call it? Oh, that was close. Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa! Blimey! Get! Bloody hell! That's harder than an arcade one. Whoa, come on, no way! Sod off! Right, now at least this one, the little dots in the middle do seem to accurately reflect how many baddies there are. Bloody hell. You don't normally get home versions of games that are actually more difficult than arcade, but I would almost go so far as to say that these home versions, certainly some of them anyway, you want to really try and take these wee guys out before they start spinning about too much, because once they start spinning like that, it is nigh on impossible. Oh, that is tough! Is that game over? I'm guessing it probably is. Right, I'm going to have one more go since I didn't do too well. How do we put our score in now? Yeah, this level, this version has certainly got the most authentic. In fact, it's probably the most authentic version so far, I would say. This is tough. You need to try and take it these wee guys. This is a hard version, by the way. It really is. Whoa. Right, it looks like we're not going to get to see any more levels on the Atari one. Unless we have an extreme bit of good luck. Nah. That's even worse than the last time. Alright, hang on, I've got one more life. Don't think I'm going to get past this. See, in the arcade one, you could sort of shoot these guys before they kind of get too big. Right, anyway, listen, we're not going to get to see any more. It's alright, it's not bad, it's probably the best so far. That is Atari 800 one, let's move on. Right, okay, this is the Commodore 64 one. This is the one I used to play back in the day. Let's get going. Ah, bugger, missed him. Now, like the Atari one, at least it's got the little sort of intro with the sort of the wee balloon guy depositing all the baddies. I actually used to play this quite a lot. Quite a good fun game. I quite liked it because it was quite easy. And it was one of the earliest Commodore 64 games. Yeah, like the arcade one, you can get in and about them, like so. And again, this one doesn't have the Galaxian one for the reasons I've already mentioned. Couple more hits, hopefully. Oh, oh, oh. You basically want to try and hit the little red bit in the centre. That's where its blood is, or its heart, I would imagine, or is it a reactor? I don't know. We shall never know. Yeah, the temptation in this game is just to keep hammering the fire button, but what you need to remember is the more you hammer the fire button, the bullets don't actually go anywhere. You've got to make sure you give the bullet adequate time to actually hit home. So the Commodore 64 one is quite easy, but it looks nice and it's pretty authentic, albeit again without the Galaxian one, but that's less to do with the capabilities of the machine and all to do with the fact that we didn't have a license. Let's finish this little level and then we'll move on. Right, okay, Commodore 64, let's crack on. Right, okay, this is the last version, guys. And before I finish this video, I have not missed out the Spectrum one. The reason I've not featured a Spectrum game, or a Spectrum version, is because I cannot find a version of this for the Spectrum. The thing is, it was a game, I think, because it was such an early game, it was, I don't know, was it ported more to the American type computers like the Commodore 64, Atari? I don't know why. There was obviously a reason. Obviously people obviously thought that Gorf, it was an old game. You know, by the time the Spectrum came out, this was an old game, so possibly people didn't want the game. I don't know. Right, okay, this is the very last version. This is the Commodore VIC-20. Now, before I forget, the reason I've not featured a Spectrum version is because there does not appear to have been a Spectrum version released for the computer. I have got absolutely no idea why that was the case. I can't even find any clone of it. It's possible there are clones out there, but they're not called Gorf, or else I would find it. If you're aware of any version of this for the Spectrum, please let me know. So anyway, this is the last version. This is the VIC-20, so let's give it a go. Now, right off the bat, we have got nice big chunky sprites. Did the VIC-20 have sprites? I don't think it did. Maybe it did, I don't know. You're talking to the wrong person. I know absolutely nothing about the technical stuff when it comes to computers. Take that. The VIC-20 was actually a really capable little machine, see, when it came to sort of arcade games. Again, it was like a lot of computers if it was done properly, like number 2, laser attack. Spacewalk. Yeah, it's like playing a magnified version of other ones. Everything is just so much bigger. It probably makes it actually harder to play, I think, because everything is just huge. And we've got the last version of the mothership. The graphics of this level is quite nice. Clear the space and trying to concentrate on actually getting in the heart of the thing. You'll notice every time you hit the mothership, a little bit of the debris falls, so you've got to be careful. Ah, that's game over, isn't it? I think one life to go, I think. Way! Astro Battles, I think that's back to school again. Yeah, it certainly is. So anyway, right, that is the Commodore VIC-20. Let's finish up and we shall do a little recap. Right, okay, to recap then, what did we look at? We looked at the Atari 2600, ColecoVision, BBC, Atari 800, Commodore 64 and the VIC-20. Now, I don't know if there's any other versions out there. There may have been other unofficial versions, but if I don't know the name of them, then I can't really find them. But anyway, so yeah, Atari 2600. It's the Atari 2600. What do you expect? You know, it's only got something like 2K of memory or something, so it didn't have that many levels and it's pretty limited, but what was there was pretty good, and you know what, it gave it a go. ColecoVision, slightly odd looking graphics, really loud sound, nice and bright, and it played really well, and the great thing with the Coleco one is you could change the skill level, so that was a good version. BBC one didn't appear to be an official version. I mean, the graphics were slightly changed. It looked promising to begin with, and then it kind of fell away in the later levels, I felt. Atari 800 one's not bad, it's pretty accurate. It's got single colour sprites, but it did play pretty well. Commodore 64 one does look really nice. You know, it's got the good graphics, it's quite authentic to the arcade one. Commodore VIC-20, it's not bad. It's really, it's like playing Gorf built with Lego. You know, the graphics are so huge, it actually makes the game quite difficult. In fact, most of the versions, apart from probably Commodore 64, were really tough. Certainly the Atari 800 one was pretty tough. None of the home versions featured the Galaxian levels. Like I said, I think it's due to licensing issues. I think that's why it was missed out. That one you're looking at there, that's the Galaxian's level. That didn't appear in any home versions. It may have appeared in some unofficial clones, again, which I didn't actually feature. So yeah, to kind of award the points, I'm going to go in bronze position, third place. I'm probably going to go for the Atari 800. Yeah, it's going to be the Atari 800. In second position, in silver place, it's going to be the ColecoVision. And in gold medal position, first place, it's going to be the Commodore 64 one. It certainly looked, it had the crisper graphics, and plus it had kind of multicoloured sprites, and it had good sound as well. So, yep, ColecoVision in bronze, sorry, Atari 800 in bronze, ColecoVision in silver, and the C64 in gold place. As always, guys, if there's a game you want to see get the Arcade Perfect My Arse feature, just put your comments down below and I'll see what I can do. And as always, thank you very, very much for watching.